That's right. You are listening to IPL Radio on Good Vibrations this morning with Mish and
Mitch.
Mish and Mitch today. So
M&Ms.
It's a Mish and Mitch show. So beautiful is my word today, and why not? So I'm using as many songs as I can find with the word beautiful in it. So that was Beautiful Stranger by Madonna. Now we've got our first guest in today. It's David. Hello, David.
Good morning.
What business name you were calling?
Soulshine Percussion.
Soulshine Percussions, which is exciting.
Fantastic.
I invited David in today. I've been to one of his sessions he does on a Wednesday night in what is it?
Girl Guide Hall, Shoalwater.
That's right, Girl Guide.
I used to live there. Live around that area.
Oh,
It's
okay.
beautiful down there. And to me, I have done drumming in the past. We're talking about percussion drumming. I have done it in the past, and I believe, and I think it's been fact that percussion or rhythmic is very good for mental health therapy. It's like a therapy. They use music as a therapy. They use percussion as a therapy. I use my music as a therapy.
Yeah.
So I wanted David to come in just to go over the fact that the people that come into his courses, they come in for many, many different reasons. I particularly went in there for mental health reasons because I love the tribal feel. I just love drums. I just love the sound, the feel. Because it's not only the sound, the feel. Because when you're hitting the drum, you get a vibration off of that anyway. You feel it through the floor, and you feel it through your hands. So it's very as I said, it's the tribal for me. I love the tribal sound. You've been doing this for quite some time. How did you start it?
How did I start the class? Or
No,
how did I
as
just
you get into it, yeah.
Oh, a long time ago. On my travels, and I was in Darwin,
Yeah.
and there was a guy, James his name was, I can't remember his last name, and he used to run the drumming workshops, and I just went to one,
And you had not done it before?
I hadn't done it before,
Okay.
and I was just hooked.
Mm-hmm.
Like as soon as I heard it and played, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there,
How
I
did
got
it make
hooked.
you feel?
Good question. Because it was just, I don't know, I was just fascinated by it. I mean, now that I understand it more, it's a bit different, but it's nice when I'm watching beginners learn. Because I think, I've been there.
Yeah.
And the way the different patterns all came together, and I don't know, it just fascinated me. More so than any other instrument.
Had you been musical before?
No, but I've always been into music.
Yeah.
And I had a go at learning harmonica, and
Yeah.
I've been bashing away at guitar. I've been learning guitar for probably 30 years.
Okay. and still learning.
Still can't play very well.
Yeah.
But the drums just, there was just something about it.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, like you were saying, they're very organic, this style of drumming.
Yep.
So, and it's more accessible to people.
Definitely.
I think.
Rather than a
like
full kit.
guitar or violin or piano, all still.
And you know what I think it is, because when we say drumming, some people think of drum kits. Now, drum kits is a different thing, because with the percussion drum, you're using your hands.
Yeah.
Whereas with drum kits, you're using sticks. So they're not. I know they're still feeling it, but I feel like I'm earthing in some sort of way.
Yes.
I'm feeling the skin. I'm
yeah,
feeling the vibrations through the skins. It just, organic is the only word you can use.
It's interesting because I've had a couple of drummers and kit drummers that come to play.
Oh, right.
Yep.
And it's a completely different ballgame.
Nothing like it.
Because like you said, with these drums, it's very tactile.
Yes,
so you're
that's
playing,
the word.
And there's different sounds you get depending on your hand.
It's more hands-on. I don't want to be funny, but it's more hands-on.
Hands-on, exactly.
Different
It is
frequencies,
totally.
stuff like that. Yeah.
It's totally.
Yeah.
And as you say, the way that you hit it or where you hit it, you're going to get a different response from the drum.
That's it.
Whereas with a kit, they've got their responses from different drums. Whereas we're getting a different response from that one drum. Yeah,
and there's different
amazing.
drums, which we'll have a look at later.
Yeah.
But, you've got your African djembes, you've got what they like boogaroo, congas.
I used to have a pair of congas, and I absolutely adored them, and they were beautiful electric blue colour, and they used to sit in my lounge room. It was like a talking piece when people come in, but I couldn't play them.
I like the Jamaican ones. I know it's a little different, but is it a tortoise shell or a turtle shell?
No, that's the...
like the hang drums, is that what you...
Yeah. You know how they got like the shiny
Yeah, yeah.
And they play with
Oh, no,
the
it's a
drums.
kettle, like the kettle drum.
A kettle drum.
Is it
Yeah.
kettle?
Yeah.
They're amazing.
I like them.
Yeah.
They're just a tin drum, pretty much, just hollowed out. Yeah, the sound is amazing on those. So yeah, there's so many different ones out there. But we're talking about wooden today, particularly wood, and the wood can change the sound. The different woods can change the sound.
Oh, absolutely. Like if, like these drums, there's like this one here, which is African djembe.
Yeah.
So that's made from a really Akadi timber, which is it's about 12 kilos, this drum.
Wow.
So it's quite heavy.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the sound is different. So,
Yeah.
from drums that are made, there's different lighter woods, heavier woods.
Yeah. Now, I remember when I came in to David's course or class, I took my drum in, which I rushed to get the day before, to be honest, because I've just sold all my drums off. I rushed to get it, and I was quite proud of it, actually. But when I get in there, he tells me it's like a Balinese one. But what? And you know what? The sound is so much different.
Yeah.
It was tinny. It was not. It wasn't. Didn't have any bass to it. It was just so different to the rest of them that was using it. So I was that wasn't why I didn't come back, by the way.
When you mentioned drums, I thought meditative, spiritual
It can be.
stuff like that. Do a lot of drums? They carry different frequencies, as you've said before, but do a lot of people use them for like religious reasons as well?
Well, the African drumming, the African rhythms, they're all made around, and the dance. So the rhythms are made for the dancers as well.
Yeah,
so it's not just in Africa, it's not just a rhythm. It's just like a ceremony. So you've got the dance that goes with it.
So is it how we use sheet music for music? Is there's a planned piece of music? They know exactly what they're playing,
feel it?
Or is it just a feel? Yeah.
Well, you have your different parts.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more flowing.
Okay.
So it's not like a structured, like an orchestra that
That's
goes.
the way I was going to use
here's
structure.
a verse, chorus.
Okay. All right. So
it's
it's not
just a
necessarily
rhythm.
that.
3-4 beats. And
Yeah, and you've got the lead djembe
okay.
player who will do the soloing and improvising and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's very flowing.
Yeah.
But the African stuff is not so much religious, but it is honouring the ancestors.
Yeah.
It's honouring the harvest. It's honouring the rhythms all have a particular theme to them, whether they're honouring an animal, ancestors, the harvest, and the dance that goes
way
with
to
it.
communicate to each other. And
Drums used to be for that, for communication. I went to a sound, not sound bath, it was a sound, I can't remember what it's called now. I'm really lost today, but they had a drum in it, and it was just very, like, bang, it was almost like it was your heart beating, as well as everything else. Sound... Oh, it's going to get me.
Just a sound healing?
It was like a sound healing, but it was a big group. It was just the sound. It was like didgeridoo. It was the drums. It was it was just everything, and it was just amazing. But the drum was very much part of. It sort of centered it, gave you a bass, and then everything was around it. It was just amazing.
Because in this style of African music, they call them dunduns, and they're the big bass drums.
Yeah.
So you have the bass players, the big dundun players, and that's the same. That's like the heartbeat.
Dum-dum.
Yeah.
I like that word.
Dundun. So
Dundun.
some people just spell it D-U-N or D-J-U-N. So
Okay.
Dunduns, yeah.
Dundun.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty much what it does. Dum,
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 dum, dum.
Unfortunately, I couldn't bring I could bring them in, but I don't know where you'd put them.
I don't know where we'd have it, but I love all that sort of stuff.
And how much does that weigh?
Yeah.
Actually, surprisingly enough, they're not. Depends what they're
Not as
made
bad,
of, because they're actually hollow.
Oh, okay.
So and
it's
then they
just
just have the cow skin on the
on
top and the
both
bottom.
sides.
Yeah.
So you don't lay it down, you lay it up. So you've got skin on both sides.
You can just stand them up. So you can
Yeah.
actually just put them on the ground. They don't need to be off
don't
the
have to be off
ground.
the
They'll
ground.
still resonate, but you can
Okay.
put them on stands.
Yes.
Or when I was in England, we used to have the dunduns on a trolley jack, and they'd be sideways because it's easier to wheel them around.
Yeah.
And you could just play them sideways.
Wow. Okay, let's quickly talk about your journeys. So you've obviously done a lot of travelling.
Yeah. So Darwin is where I got hooked. And then, because I was on my way back to the UK. So I got back to England, and I had a mate in London. So I was staying with him for a while.
Yeah.
And then I found these two French guys who were doing the African drumming
Yeah.
classes in Camden.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
I did it with them, and then I moved to Bristol in England.
Yeah.
And I got involved with a guy called Ben Lawrence, who does Ghanaian drumming.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also a balafon. I don't know if you heard of
No.
like
No.
They're similar to a marimba.
Yep.
Whereas marimbas have the, like well, they can be made from like metal or wood, and you have the
I
different.
like a glockenspiel type thing.
Like a glockenspiel.
Yeah.
But the
No, you've got.
No, I've gone
blank.
But the marimbas, the balafon, but the balafons have like gourds underneath for the resonance instead of pipes.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was a balafon player, and he used to go to Ghana 2 or 3, 4 times a year, because obviously from the UK it's a lot easier. But he taught the drumming as well. So I worked in his shop, Ghana Goods.
Goods.
Yeah, because he sold drums and he sold
Awesome.
all Ghanaian jewellery and clothing and stuff like that. And he had the band, so in the Ghana Goods band. So we used to do the odd, like festival and stuff like that in England.
So he taught you? Did he teach you for the very basics?
Yeah, he was doing Ghanaian drumming, which is different to a lot of West African drumming.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then from there I just kind of always kept my finger on it, just playing here and there.
Do you play any other percussion apart from the drums?
Like, do you play drums?
I don't play kit drum. I've sat on them. I can do your basic dum, dum, and that's as far as it goes.
It's not a dum-dum drum though, but
It's not a dum-dum.
But do you play any other percussion instruments?
Well, I play congas. And
so just drums?
Just this style of percussion.
Cool.
And I sort of play the Darabooka, but not traditionally. Like the proper Darabooka players.
Okay.
They have all the correct finger movement. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen those guys.
No.
It's one that goes under the arm, and they do the. It's like
they're a Middle Eastern.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
But there's all these different. And another guy in England, Chaz, and he was a Darabooka player, and I did lessons with him, but he had all the correct.
Oh, you couldn't get arthritis in your fingers, could you?
No.
It really is amazing. A couple of years ago, I didn't know any of this, and then I went to a spiritual shop, and what are those bowls?
Oh, the singing bowls.
Singing bowls.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
And they last for ages.
And I felt calm. Like we were discussing off air, sound is what attracts us, and vibration. I keep saying vibration and frequency. And these drums, I'm interested.
You need to go to a sound healing,
I think so.
There is one that they do, and they do one just for men if you're comfortable with that. But I've got a friend who does it, and he does the sound healing, but it's a group healing.
Yeah.
You just lay in a hall, and it's just they come around you. Honestly, you've got no idea.
I'd probably go to sleep.
You might. You might. The first time I went, it brought up emotions in me, and I started to cry.
Oh wow!
It's the vibration is just bizarre. You need to do one.
Was that like you when you first heard this?
Well, I helped a friend do a sound healing session.
Oh, okay.
And because she has the singing bowl, the singing bowls and everything, and she does a bit of chanting and all that.
I love.
And I was just going around with different bells.
Yes, there
and
you
the
go.
Rain sticks.
I made one of those. I made
yeah.
my own with rain stick is just a tube.
Yeah.
With traditionally it's wooden. I made mine with toilet rolls.
Oh, okay.
And then you put sand, and it, when you go like this, it's rattling down nails that you pop in, and it makes like to me it's like an ocean sound.
Yeah, it's like the waves.
It's like the waves. So you
wow.
It's just I made my own. It's just brilliant.
I might do that now.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I'll show you mine, but it's just, it's fun. And I love the sound healings because it just brings out emotion, because it is the vibration. Depending on how you're feeling for that day,
yes, it
can bring out so much. So the drummers will be the same.
But talking about percussion, I mean that's the thing. It covers a wide range of instruments.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got more dynamic stuff like later when you hear the big boy cranked up.
Yeah.
It can be very dynamic and bang, energizing, but then it can be very relaxing and calming.
Yeah, definitely. So it's brilliant. We're going to have a bit of a play with them, I think. So we're going to try and get everybody on video if we can. So I'm going to get around here, I think. This depends on these, I suppose.
Thing still...
Well, you don't need to if you don't want to, because the mics. Because if we're just drumming, you won't really need the mouthpiece if you don't want to. So you can pop that one down if you want. And I'll... sorry about that. I'll just leave it there as an extra. So David brought in 3 different drums today.
So this one here is the Ghanaian conga?
That's the Ghanaian conga. I'll repeat it. It's okay. This is...
beautiful designs.
I can't remember the kind of wood that it's made from.
It's quite thick, isn't it?
Yeah, so they're all carved from...
Do you know what skin it is?
That's a cow skin.
Cow, yep.
So
Oh,
See, the sound is just brilliant.
beautiful.
I love the sound. Go on, you do a bit of stuff. It makes me want to dance. And I love it. Absolutely adore it. Yeah,
Wow.
adore it.
So this, I was talking about when I got into drumming and I went to England. And
Yeah.
the Ghana Goods, this is where I bought it from.
Oh,
Ghana
actually,
Goods
you bought this from England.
from England.
Okay.
I had this probably over
This is from Ghana Goods. Is Ghana Goods still going?
yeah.
We're giving him a bit of a play.
A little bit of a plug on
Yeah,
there.
plug on it, yeah.
So if you're in
Bristol,
Bristol, UK,
UK,
Yeah.
Ghana Goods. Go and have a look. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to have
You gonna have a play with that one, Mitch?
Alright, here we go.
this one's a djembe,
This is a djembe
which I actually bought in Paris,
from Paris. Okay.
probably about the same 20 years ago.
All right.
But often the skin, you see,
Yeah, go on.
these are very organic, so
Yes,
you get synthetic skins.
you can, and mine I think was synthetic.
People that are vegan get synthetic.
Oh, I see. It does sound differently though.
It does sound different. I mean, I prefer the animal
Skin,
skins.
yeah.
They just have a warmer.
Yep, I agree.
So this is a djembe, an African djembe, but like I said, I got it in Paris.
And the way you're holding it is it's tilt up towards you because you have a bit of
All
opening.
these drums, because obviously
Otherwise, you're muting it.
the sound comes out of the flute here. Like
Yep.
out of the hole. So if you just have it flat on the ground,
You're gonna mute it. Yeah.
yeah, it's very flat. Whereas when you tilt it,
Put it between. Yeah, that's it. Cool.
so you can hear this one's
Different.
to that.
Yeah.
I mean, this actually has on one of my conga drums because the skin went on it. So I've actually put a conga skin on
Oh,
it, even though it's a djembe.
wouldn't matter, would it?
No, because it's just a cow skin.
Do you tighten them up?
Oh yeah, yeah. So if you feel the skin,
You can. Yeah.
that's coming up in the video. But if you feel the skin, you can see like there's a lot of tension behind it.
Really? Oh, there it's very tight.
So
Yeah.
this is different to that one.
Very. There's a sharper, louder sound. That one. That's a deeper. All right. I'm going to use this one, and then we're going to do a little bit of a.
And then this one again is an African djembe.
That's African djembe again.
And this has a yearling skin on it.
A yearling skin.
Like a cow, but a yearling.
Okay.
So it's not quite as thick as that skin.
Oh right.
It's a bit of a beast. So
Oh geez. Okay, that's totally different, isn't it? I love it. So doesn't that it makes me emotional? It makes me emotional for some reason. It brings out.
these style drums are very dynamic, whereas like something like that, you can be a
Smooth it out a bit. Yes, show us a very basic thing that we can do together.
basic. So maybe just so I should explain that there's different sounds on the drum.
There is different sounds.
You get your bass, which is more
The
or
middle
less in the middle
and
of the
flat.
drum, but you don't have to tilt it. from the-
Oh, I haven't tilted it enough. A bit.
That one being a conga, there's not a huge bass on it. But again, just and then on the edge here, we play what they call an open tone. And then you get slaps, which is
I have trouble with that.
yeah, most people. I was the same.
Yeah.
It took me a good 12 months to
It
get
bounces off.
Slaps are just where it's like the rest.
You make it look so easy.
So you kind of just yeah, there you go.
It's almost like a bounce more.
It's just using your fingertips as you're whipping the skin.
All right.
And then with conga drums, I mean African congas and Latin
Yeah.
congas as well, you have different sounds where you have like close slaps. So
You make it sound so easy. Ooh,
So-
that hurts.
So it's not just, these style drums are more than just going boom, 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 boom. There are different sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I always say they speak after a while when you
They do. They do.
have them all playing. So yeah, we'll play something basic.
All right.
Maybe just
So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And you can put... That's brilliant. So you don't have to do it all. Everyone does something different, and it comes together. It's brilliant.
So bring it back to the mental health aspect.
Yeah.
This is why I feel it's so good, because you're saying about using as meditation, but they're a meditation in themselves. Because when I'm watching people in the class,
I'm so concentrating on it.
you see people's faces, they're like this sometimes, but they're just so focused on.
Absolutely, because you
have all the other parts coming in.
Yeah. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So we need to advertise. In fact, I already have advertised on my page. You might like to go. So tell us, it's $15.
Come along.
It's $15. Is that correct? $15 on a Wednesday night, 6:30 to 8:30. Where is it?
At Girl Guide Hall.
The Girl Guide Hall in Shoalwater. But honestly, if you haven't got a drum to if you have a drum, brilliant. David doesn't have a lot to. You got some spares. You can always borrow my Bali shit one, but it's just fantastic. And honestly, even just doing that now, it brings out emotions in me. And you're smiling. I can see you smiling. Yeah, it's just brilliant.
And that's why, let's say mental well-being.
That's the word.
You don't even have to have
The health in it. Yeah.
everyone has
Mental well-being for sure.
things aren't always good. We live in a crazy world.
Yep, absolutely.
But it works on a lot of levels, because, as you've seen, we're just getting a buzz just out of playing it.
Yeah.
There's something very earthing, like you said,
Yeah.
about it, because they're all natural timbers.
Absolutely, everything on it. You're touching everything on it is very natural.
But also just learning it creates neural pathways in your brain.
There you go.
You know how we're all very left-brained.
Left to right, yeah.
And when I'm teaching, I see people, because sometimes I have a thing where I say, if you can say it, you can play it.
Okay.
So if you can't remember a rhythm, like, say this. Don't think of it as bass, bass, tone, tone. I always say, just think of it as a melody. So you're playing boom, boom, ba-da, boom, boom, ba-da.
Yeah. And people learn in different ways as well. So they may learn that way. They may, because I learn from watching. Like I would watch your hands, and also listening to the beat. But you know what? When I did David's class, you get so frustrated in it, because you want to just be the best you could possibly be, and he's going off and he sounds just fantastic, and then you're just doing. Let's quickly do that other one we were doing, like that one we were doing that. Let's do it again. Ready? Ready? One. Oh, you do it.
I'll just explain too, because there's often what they call a call. And it's
Yes, the call too. That's right.
one of the most common ones you'll always hear is this.
There we go.
So what that does, it sets you up.
Mitch, but it sounds okay.
Might swap flies.
Oh. Oh no, I'm not getting around. That's right. It's brilliant.
I felt like I was swatting flies.
Isn't it fun though? It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Meditation as well.
It is.
When you're learning,
And I'm totally not thinking about what I did 5 minutes ago. I'm not totally not thinking about what I'm doing tomorrow. So you're in that moment, and that's all about your mental health well-being, and that's where we need to use. In the moment, and that's a lot of people need to learn. A lot of people need to learn. I need to learn that because I'm never in the moment. That's why I have anxiety and depression, because I'm not in that moment. And this does bring you into that moment for sure. That's been so much fun. I loved it. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. And anytime you want to come back, I mean, yeah, please, that'd be fantastic. You can teach us something else. I know. Well, we've got a little bit. We've got a few more minutes if you want to muck around. Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to come into the mic and we'll talk a bit more? But that was fun. So we're coming back to the desk.
Oh, that was really fun.
Isn't that fun?
I mean, I hope people weren't sitting there going, what's this?
It doesn't matter. Well, they're coming on the radio thinking, what the hell am I listening to? And you know what? Even though you didn't get the right rhythm, it sounded fine anyway because you had the beat.
I was too concentrated on getting what you were playing.
No.
What Mish was playing, but then I'm like...
And your own thing. Just feel it.
Just
feel it.
Yeah.
Just feel it.
It does help.
I won't put you to put that mic on just a bit closer, that's all. Sorry about the mic noise. Yeah, that's better.
So it does help the health of your brain because, as you just then, you're learning a rhythm, but you also have to focus on it.
Yeah.
Because it brings you into the moment.
Yeah.
Because if you start drifting off and thinking what's for dinner and is my washing dry and all that, you lose it.
Yeah.
So it's making these connections in your brain and also, I mean, it's a community thing too.
For sure.
Because you're not just sitting on your own bashing away.
No,
it's
for
like
sure.
you're having to connect and get in time and in sync with everyone else.
And they do say that drums, they're talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're actually having a conversation with someone next to you.
Yeah.
They're doing something different. Do you know where I'm coming from? It is a community. Drums are a community thing. So, and it's so much, because it's so much fun and you're all there for the same reason, it's very easy to get along with people because as long as you can laugh at yourself for mucking up, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, we've had a great time here.
I was speaking gibberish on my drums.
And that was totally fine.
Yeah.
It was totally fine and it fitted in very well. And as Mitch was saying, he's doing it from a feel. He felt it through his heart. So you was just doing it. And that's okay too, I think.
But you definitely make... Because I remember when I was learning, it was almost like I could feel my left brain and right brain making connections.
Wow.
Because, you're learning just a rhythm like that.
Yep.
But once you put it into a context where there's the complementary rhythms that are playing along with it.
Yes.
And so you've got to learn to be on your drum
That's
and
hard.
play what you're playing and listen
That is
to
hard.
what else is playing without getting distracted.
It's very easy to get distracted, particularly when you're not you haven't been doing it for a very long time or you're very new to it. Someone will be doing something there, someone will be doing something there, and you've got to do your thing. So you're hearing what's going on, but you've really got to concentrate on what you're doing.
Yes.
That is very distracting, but it's part of the process, but it is a lot of fun. So let's go. That's $15 cash. Shoalwater Girl Guides Hall.
20 Watts Road.
20 Watts Road.
Wednesdays 6:30 to 8:30. A lot of fun. Bring your drum if you have one. If not, David may have one for you.
But not a little Balinese shit drum. You have to...
Don't bring your Balinese shit one in because he'll tell you it's a shit
Everyone's
one.
like, oh.
And I was...
No, as long as it's a decent size, because some people come in with their
those little ones don't. Yeah, those little ones just
it's
don't
not
work.
really set up to play like
No,
that.
it doesn't work.
You need
So
something
don't
like
go
this.
to a music shop and buy one.
No.
I've just bought myself a cajon drum.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice,
which is a square box
Okay.
with you can pretty much play a whole kit sound on this one box. I can't do it, but I bought
So where would you, sorry to interrupt, where would you get one of these drums? Or have you already said that?
Paris.
Well, Paris.
Oh, Paris?
This one here, another plug. His name's Simon Fraser.
Yes.
He runs African drumming over in Melbourne.
That's right.
And
You can order them?
You
can
can.
order them, and their drums are so well made, really, really good quality.
Yeah, now some of your people in your class have bought them from him, and
there's
they're very good.
another lady in the class.
Yeah.
She's bought hers from him.
What's his name again?
Simon Fraser.
From
African drumming.
African drumming.
If you just Google africandrumming.com.au, they're over in Melbourne.
Okay.
And they get all their shells and everything made in, I think their shells are all made in Africa.
Okay.
And then they put the right
String
skins and everything.
Yeah.
They're just really well-made quality
Yep.
drums.
There you go.
Okay.
And then there is a massive difference between well-made and not.
There
Slightly.
is, and this is something I always stress to people, like if you're going to buy a drum, let me know, because I've done it.
Yeah.
You buy a cheap djembe
And you'll get what you pay
and
for.
you're struggling why you can't get sounds on it.
Exactly.
And it's because the drum's crap.
Exactly.
And if you are going to do it, watch the neighbours.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it is fun. But yeah, so if anyone wants to get involved, please go along to David's classes on Wednesdays.
I'm
because
going to. I think I
give
will.
it a shot.
Come along.
Give it a shot, because I think the smile on your face was just huge.
I just couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah.
We're hitting drums, I tap my knees usually, but this is different. This is like, it resonates. It's
Yeah.
There is
You feel the
something about
vibration.
like you said, the vibration.
It's the
energy.
vibration.
and
for
the
sure.
echo.
And when
the-
you're in a room, sometimes you're in the
Oh,
hall.
yes.
And I've had this over the years where we're playing and it's all going, and I'm hearing voices. Like I'm sure I'm hearing. Call me kooky,
Really?
call me kooky, and I'm not the
Wow.
only one.
Oh.
People go, "Can you hear that?" And I'm going, "Yeah, I hear. You can hear. Yeah."
No.
I don't know whether it's just resonance that's doing
Look,
something,
the frequency of it.
or
Yeah.
whether it is just.
And working, we've got concrete floor here, but working on a wooden floor, which I think is Shoalwater Girl Guides,
Yeah, yeah.
you feel the vibrations through your feet.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
It is brilliant.
That's another quick question. Do you let people take their shoes off?
Why
To-
not?
I never
to
wear
feel-
shoes.
yeah.
I mean, I only put shoes on today because I'm on the radio. But
Okay.
No, not that we can see your
Not
damn
that you
feet
can see it
anyway.
but I thought I better not come. No, I never. I mean, now it's getting cooler weather.
Yeah.
But
No, you're better off
I-
having bare feet.
Bare feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel it.
So they can feel it better
Yeah, absolutely.
because the
I
rubber.
reckon you'd be great at it. It's just fun. You just smile. Look at that smile.
Big smiles.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just great. So I appreciate you coming in, Dave. We're running out of time now. Thank you so much for coming
No,
in.
thanks for
and
having me.
any
Thank you.
any other time you want to come in and plug, because I love it as much as you do, bring them in with me. Maybe you could bring something new in next time.
Yeah.
Do something different.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
I've got a little bag of percussion stuff there,
Oh,
but we can do that
We
another
could have done
time.
that another time. Yeah, we'll do that another time.
And
But it was a
maybe
lot of
bring your
fun.
guitar in.
Ah,
I don't think.
you're not going to do the
I'm not
guitar.
going to do the guitar.
Okay.
You probably enjoy it enough on your own, just playing
Yeah.
around with it,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
fine as well. Yeah, but I do love music. Music is a great therapy for me, and I know it's not for everybody, but I do love it. I do. Have you never done this before, Mitch?
What?
The percussion drum.
Never.
Wow.
Never. And, well, I say never. Maybe in primary school,
Yeah.
we'd have those little
Oh, yeah.
Bongos.
Yeah.
bongos
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. But no, I've never really. I like bass, but I've never really looked into drums, or I've got a guitar at home that I don't play. Like, just,
There you go.
So
But they're so adaptable too. I mean,
Very
just because
much.
these are African instruments, as I explained to you before we
Yep.
came on air, they're adaptable. Like you can play something like this in a funk band.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
drum and bass. You know,
Yes.
you can. So rhythms really, because that's how I look at rhythm like that. I'm
Yeah.
not just into African drumming.
Okay.
I look at it as a whole.
You feel
So-
the rhythm through every song that you listen to. It could be rock, it could be funk, it could be blues, it could be anything. But there's always that rhythm in the background. Or that's what it's based on, anyway. Is the rhythm. So you could.
Oh,
use
you could
that.
play reggae.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Yeah.
African instruments,
Yeah.
you can just adapt it to reggae.
Absolutely.
Funk,
Well,
anything.
hearing that now, I've listened to a couple of metal songs that have that in the background.
There you
Oh,
go.
really?
Like System of a Down, they've got that.
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
yeah.
dun.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So now I've heard that, I'm like,
It could
oh,
be. There could be conga.
Well, congas
yeah,
are very
conga.
prevalent
They
in
are.
a lot of music.
Yeah.
You know,
Congas
like-
is the big two
Yes.
ones.
They're
yeah.
more your Latin style.
They
so
are, the
I've got a
Latin.
set of. Maybe I could bring them in next time.
Oh, I
There's
love the
a Latin
congas,
set of
yeah.
congas.
Yeah.
So you hear that a lot in pop music.
yeah, definitely.
Reggae, rock, even.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Just started our own band, aren't we?
I'll do the guitar that I don't play.
That could be the next. That could be the next podcast.
You can be the what do they call it? Air guitar.
I could do the air guitar.
We're all very good at that, by the way. We did some of it the other day. Yeah, no, good fun. Great fun, David. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank
I'm going
you.
to play
No, thank
my
you.
music today is based on the word beautiful.